Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel sikhuluma ngama-reality TV shows, ama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers. If it is your first time joining me today and you really like my content, there is a subscribe button. Langezansi, press it and press the notification bell so that you can get notification uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sengiwufakile. Kanti-ke, you can support the channel by liking this video and watching adverts on this video. Listen, you guys, so following the explosion in Bree Street in Johannesburg, a lot of people are referring to the explosion as a gas explosion, almost like we already know for sure that it was a gas explosion. However, Egoli Gas has been trying to communicate to the public that wait a minute, we haven't found anything on our side that indicates that this was a gas explosion. Okay, so they've issued three different statements, which I want to go through because I think it's important how on the third statement we are seeing a change in what they are saying. Someone had posted on Twitter to say, listen, it looks like our authorities want us to think that this was a gas explosion. And Egoli Gas has come out to say this was not a gas explosion, but they wouldn't be surprised if after a few weeks, Egoli Gas comes back to say, no, it was a gas explosion, because they might try to convince them to say it was them, because maybe they do not want us to know the truth as to what really caused the explosion. So it was interesting to me to see the recent statement with a little bit of change. And I was like, oh my God, this is what they were saying that is going to happen. Okay. But let's go through it, you guys, because they are still saying it's not them, but something has changed just a little bit. Okay. So let me share this with you. Okay. The first statement, I had shared it on my community post. Which just clearly indicated that they did not think that it had to do with uh, their guests. So this is on their Twitter page, Egoli Gas Pty Ltd. And this is what the statement, the initial one said, or the first one that I saw says, Egoli Gas believes it is unlikely that the explosion in Bree Street, Johannesburg was caused by gas pipeline or leak. Okay. Our network has experienced no pressure loss, which indicates the gas pipelines are intact. Our customers in the area continue to receive gas uninterrupted. You guys, I mean, that makes sense if they are still able to transport the gas to their customers, and that transfer is not disturbed in any way that makes sense, then it wasn't a gas explosion, because there should be some disturbance somewhere if it was a gas explosion. Our gas pipelines operate at extremely low pressure, providing safe gas supplies in highly built up areas, and are therefore unlikely to cause explosion or explode. Initial reports have shown the collapse in the road to be mainly in the center. Our gas pipelines are located in the road servitudes on the sides of the road. For me, this sounds like they're saying their pipelines are not even where the explosion took place. Our team are on the site investigating any gas leaks. They have found none so far. We reiterate that our gas pipelines are on the side of the road in road servitudes, which are intact in the CBD, including Bree area. We urge the public to not make assumptions at this time. We are cooperating with all emergency services and other services on site. Okay. So I like that, you guys. It sounds to me, I mean, the reality might be different, but it does sound to me like they moved swiftly to find out, does this have anything to do with our company? And they've come back to give the answers to say, listen, we have had a look at this, and this is what we have found. This has nothing to do with us. Not that we don't feel like this is serious, but it's just not our guess. That's what they're saying. Then they did issue another statement, because obviously they did say the investigations are ongoing, and this is what they're saying on this one. Egoli Gas is deeply saddened by the damage to property and any possible injuries to the people of Johannesburg, and at this stage we are sure that Egoli Gas is following its stringent emergency protocols to ensure the safety of the public. Egoli has taken meticulous inspection and has ascertained that neither the Egoli Gas network or any gas pipeline leak was the cause of the explosion. They are still saying the same thing there, you guys. Listen, it's not like we don't care about the impact that has happened due to these incidents, but we still believe that it is not our gas. Okay, our network has experienced no pressure loss, which indicates the gas pipelines are intact. Our customers in the area continue to receive an uninterrupted gas. Okay, our team is on the ground to ensure isolation of the pipes in order for emergency services to carry their work in a safe manner, and the damage to the road could have also affected our smaller lines, which we are busy inspecting, and we report feedback in lifetimes. Okay, our gas pipelines operate extremely low pressure. They're basically replacing the same thing they said in the other one, so they are unlikely to cause an explosion. Initial reports have shown the collapse of the road to be mainly in the center. Our gas pipelines are located in the road servitudes on the sides of the road. We urge the public not to make assumptions. Okay, this statement is similar to the first one. I think the one thing that they've added here is that, they continue to do the investigations, because obviously they feel like it's possible that their smaller pipes might have been affected, and also they are just showing that, listen, they do care about the fact that this has caused some damage to some people, and they are saddened by it. I like that, you guys. But yes, they're still saying it's likely not their gas that caused the explosion. Now, let's get on to the third statement, you guys, because there is something that has slightly changed that they are saying here, that they're saying they found. And I think this statement is important because it shows that Egoli Gas is continuing to do the investigation. They didn't just do the initial investigation and they're like, our customers are still receiving gas. We don't think it's us. We're done. We're out of this, because I guess they are as concerned as everybody else, and they are continuing to investigate. So if there is new information that is coming out, for them to be able to be transparent and say this is it. We don't know how transparent they are. Like, we don't know if what they are revealing is all that needs to be revealed, but they are revealing something nonetheless. Okay, so this one, they are saying Egoli Gas would like to update the public in terms of the ongoing inspection of its pipeline network in the area of Bree Street, Johannesburg. The pipeline running on the road servitudes of Bree Street has been checked and is not damaged. Okay, so the one in Bree Street, they are saying it's not damaged. A small leak has been detected on the servitude pipeline at the corner of Bree Street and Elof on 100 millimeter pipe. We believe the crack in the pipe has been caused by the collapse of the road. Our team is busy repairing the leak. Okay, so basically what they're saying here is that with the continuing investigation, they found that there is a small leakanyana somewhere. Okay, which they believe it's not the other way around. It's not like the leak caused the explosion, but they are saying the leak was caused by the collapse of the road. So because the road collapsed, that pipe was affected, and it also just affected it caused just a small leak. Okay, Egoli Gas noted that there are approximately 15 other utility lines in the same area. For example, a sewage line that runs directly underneath the street. We would like to reiterate that our pipelines run on the servitude of the road. Okay, Egoli has observed through various platforms and by on-site members that one or two manhole covers have been blown off, and a white gas-like substance was seen coming from those opening, as well as some of the exposed cracks on the road. Egoli Gas would like to mention that our pipes natural gas is not visible to the human eye, and this appears to be visible warm steam. We will keep the public posted as we continue assessing any damage to our network and assisting and providing piped natural gas expertise with the authorities, ensuring the area is maintained safe. You guys, listen, this is the thing that I don't understand. I kind of feel like Egoli Gas is doing this work the way that we would have liked our government to be doing this work, because it really would be great for our authorities to be coming out here and saying, listen, we have, done this and this and this investigation. This is what we have so far, and it doesn't sound like that when they are talking about this explosion. It's like they are as confused as us, or they are acting as confused as us. Okay. And but I did think about that thing that was written on Twitter to say that, it wouldn't be a surprise if Egoli Gas comes back after a few weeks and they say that it's their fault. They might be under pressure to say that, because that is what the authorities might want us to think. So it scared me to see that little bit of change in their statement to say, listen, there is a small Anyana leak, but the leak did not cause the explosion. The explosion caused the leak, because then maybe their statement is going to keep on changing and we're going to get to a point where they say, no, it was a gas explosion. I don't know, you guys. But I like the fact that they took this whole thing seriously. They are investigating, they are updating the public, doing a better job than, our own authorities, because we are still waiting here for a clear report on what really happened. And is this something that we can expect that is going to happen in other places as well, around Johannesburg or even outside Johannesburg? Because we don't know what it is. If they say it wasn't a gas explosion, then what was it? Okay. Anyway, you guys, that's all that I wanted to talk about on this video, especially because I wasn't able to do a live because, of course, Ramaphosa and his friends and the load shedding. Okay. Even on a Friday, they won't give us a break, these people. Yes, anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegio, and share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Ntando.